as in it does cut through him, but he just sort of, like goes through it, and you can tell that it broke skin, but he just sort of shrugs it off, almost like a cat would rub.
Did he become visible when he got hit, or like
did
what?
Did he? Like, can we see anything from when he got hit? Like,
Is his blood invisible after it's left his body? Because then it's just a trail of blood spatters.
It didn't really cut him very good, though.
But if it's Halo rules, then things get hit, they flicker.
25 was cut good.
I think you see where my sword disappears for a second.
What?
He probably did.
Wow.
Should just left it there. So you track
Tagged.
its movement.
No, it doesn't quite leave any blood yet, but you can tell that if you just curve, or maybe in a few more spots.
What are you saying? I'm not good enough?
So,
Did I shoot it?
Just kidding.
Wait, so here's the thing. If I were to shoot it, then we would be able to see it because we would be able to see an arrow sticking out of it.
oh,
So
that's
if I
about
shot
the point.
it,
Okay.
if it didn't decide to pull the arrow out, then we would probably be able to see it. So can I shoot it?
Well,
You
it's-
can
it's-
try.
I could try, and I mean, I do have like advanced hearing for having like half fox, so I could like try and hear where it is if everyone just like stays quiet. Everyone just shut
Look
up
for
like
the
they-
footy steps! Look for the footsteps!
Did I roll on that?
Does somebody? No,
Yeah.
it's not your turn yet.
But
yeah.
does somebody,
eventually.
does somebody have like a stick or something, like some way to maintain a fire? Or I guess I can maybe like have a fire in one hand. I'm gonna turn like the water on the floor to like snow, so we can see like footsteps if it like starts
Yeah,
to
yeah.
like move around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use shape water to like turn the water on the floor to like snow,
Yeah.
so we can see like the footsteps of it. Yeah. And now it's Eric's turn. I'm sorry.
So Eric, you as a paladin also have these kind of super hits called smites as well. But you can only do so many of them in a day, so save them for when they count.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, can I do Channel Divinity and see if I can turn it away?
Well,
Oh.
Yeah. That sounds like a good
Yeah. So you're gonna channel divinity,
we'll find out what kind of creature this
and
is.
you're gonna try to turn undead.
Well, just turn away. Like it works.
It works on certain
fiends.
types of creatures, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let us.
Does that just make the creature run away?
It depends on its like challenge rating and stuff like that. What is it called that you're using? Channel.
Channel Divinity.
Okay.
Channel
Turn away.
Turn away. Yeah.
Turn away channel divinities.
Turn away.
Turn away.
Let me see this.
Oh no.
I know.
Ah. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Fade away. And channeling divinity. Okay. So you end up using your paladin power to turn undead, and although it hasn't quite turned visible yet, you hear in abysmal and see the footsteps of it getting further and further away, and it just seems to be like running and like hissing in abyssal, this really like dark and almost demonic language, and it's just
I don't know if anyone can talk that language.
Exactly. And you do end up warding it away, and it ends up literally like not even like afraid wise, but almost angrily being like repelled from you guys, and like fleeing in almost sort of an angry fear.
Oh dang it, these people have a paladin, they can't do anything.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Shitty.
So we can see it.
Can we see it or can only like he see it?
Let me think about that.
Ran away though, right?
You guys
Light it up.
It's in the process of getting the heck out of there.
you guys do end up seeing it actually. With the, almost turn undead, the invisibility sort of is flickering and fading and kind of, fading into things. And it looks like this demon ape with like glowing ruins and like tattoos on it that glow. Oh, jeez.
Some sort of like edgy gorilla.
Edgy.
Like edgy demon gorilla kind of thing.
Well, that would be the highlight of my.
I'm gonna try
I guess that's
Arcana
the
check
highlight
to
of the
see if
session.
I know anything about it. 24. I don't know if it's Arcana, so if it's a magical thing, I would know about it. But if it's a beast, it's a different check.
With an Arcana of 24.
You did say there was some kind of rune or something going, so I imagine there's some kind of magic.
The only thing that you got from that is knowing that, like, you've heard about fighting these different things, and you know that they do have spell casting. And you also know that they have damage resistance to lightning and fire.
Okay. Yeah.
But at this time, the sort of battle and the fear kind of it is kind of over and fading as it's sort of making its way to an escape, unless you guys are
It's
wanting
running away.
to pursue it.
I don't know about pursue this.
So if it runs the other way, it's gonna hit the filter.
I mean,
Then
Awesome.
we had
Yeah,
our
right.
paladin take a literal turn, on his action, and the only last one we have is Hysis in terms of, like, are we letting it get away, or hiss and abysmal as it leaves, or are you trying to have any kind of interaction or anything with it? It is not just demon; it's also animal too, as a druid.
This is kind of a hard decision because we could learn valuable information if I were to talk to it, but also,
you have to be pretty injured to be able to talk to it.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those gambles of like, are you even in a safe place to talk to the Hannibal Hector kind of thing? Sure, interviewing them could be interesting, but the question is, what happens? What happens if it goes invisible again and goes all attacking who knows what?
And I think I'll just let it run.
It's heading towards the filter, which is a dead end. It's gonna be cornered, and that ledge is pretty small if it hits the water. So you guys have it like pretty cornered. Or just
So, if I were to corner it,
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna corner it.
how
and shoot
far
it.
away are they from where they're at to the filter?
I don't know actually. Let me think about that. How far do you want it to be?
Because you might not even have to move up from your position.
However far you guys want it to be to do what you guys want to do with it, it can be that. Because there isn't any predetermination or any constraints that this has with it. I mean, you guys have been going down for a while until you saw this grave, but that while is up to you guys.
I don't like this thing.
If you guys are
Foul
continuing
demons.
onward, or are you guys going back towards the filter?
I thought we were in
I'm
a
not
rush
going-
to go
I'm not
touch.
going back to the
I
filter.
feel
No,
like
definitely
I'll
not
probably
going
continue
back.
onward and just
Yeah.
wouldn't be because like
Just
if we
have-
like stay here.
Just
for
have
too
someone
long.
be on like alert, like watching behind us, kind of.
I mean, I can be on alert.
Yeah.
So you guys are like on alert watching your guys' backs. Quite literally, as you've seen a corpse have a mauled back.
I could be like in the back, just like as a fox, like listening to stuff.
Okay. So you're a fox in the back listening to stuff. I'm going to get with these above the ground tavern dwellers here pretty soon here. But in this next part that you guys are in, you guys hear this crunch underfoot. It's almost like you guys are on sort of wet black pebble gravel, as you guys are advancing on to the next area here. So above the forts here, you guys have made your way through the city streets and you guys find your way to the docks, where you hear the sound of bards. You see all of these costumed people sort of unloading all of these giant puppets and big fabric things from these 3 ships, and they seem to be in a unloading and sort of preparation mode where they're bringing everything from these ships to a sort of staging warehouse. What is it that you guys want to do? Who or what do you guys want to talk to? What are you curious about?
I'm just not trying to slow Portal down.
So I tap my hat in like my finest Edwardian. I look at a few of the puppets that are being unloaded and look at a bit of their costume and their attire and tap the cap and change into something similar. An embellished, costumey attire.
Okay.
Do you know what your oath is?
Hmm?
No, I'm not talking to you. Talking to.
Okay.
Ancients?
Oh, I thought it was devotion because that turned unholy ancient.
No, it's
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
channel
Okay, I
divinity
remember
is
you
different.
doing the entangle thing. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
It does-
turn
it
the
does define
faithless.
things,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I look
Fade,
around
fades,
to
okay.
see if I can identify anybody who looks particularly salient in their awareness of the space, or somebody who might be a dock master, or
Well, you end up noticing that, this woman is sort of, hauling a lot of the stuff. These guys are carrying a lot of the like heavy stuff of things. And the closest thing that you see to Dock Master is this person who's sort of, barking orders like Fragile. We need it to last for the show tomorrow. Silverhand's paying us good money this time.
Silverhams.
Hmm.
And who? I take a closer look at the one in the emerald cloak.
Mm-hmm.
What do I notice about how they're handling themselves? What?
You look like they're sort of maybe higher up in the hierarchy of things. It looks like they are, not doing as much of the lifting. They're doing more of the organizational aspects.
Mm. So I want to approach her and kind of sidle up and just, pardon me, madam. I have been told to come seek the Bard Dock and for performers who may be interested in a fine, if not wondrous, instrumental item. Have I come to the right ship?
Oh, I think you've come to the wrong ship, my darling, she says. And call me Captain Nora. I think we don't take items for trade for things. We only deal in gold for our performances. But if you're looking to enjoy the festivities, you can, just wait along some of the city streets and we'll be parading through the city tomorrow.
For the Sea Maiden Festival, I take it.
Yes. The Sea Maiden Festival. We'll be going right down Diamond Street.
Where do you usually take your items to trade for gold? Or where would one find?
Well, the sea washes up all kinds of interesting things. It's not like we've found Umberline's cache or anything super legendary, but,
I've gone on a few adventures myself and found myself quite lucky in the hands of fate.
yeah, well, we'll see what you got there. Maybe we could make arrangements if it's something good, but, the real one to talk to would be Zardoz. She's the head honcho.
Would you be so kind as to make the introduction, if I may be so bold?
I could try, she says. And she says, Zardoz, this one says they've got some items of value for you.
Oh, please, not so vulgar. I'd like to speak to the captain privately about a trade or
So Zardoz approaches you guys and says, all right, don't waste my time. What you got?
Is there not somewhere more private we could speak?
No. Obviously, we're in the middle of something here. Now, if that's all, bye-bye.
What do you know of the Olalam harp?
Okay, you got my attention. But still, make it snappy. That would really improve performances here, I think.
It would in any hands of an adept bard, would it not?
Well,
I came upon it after a unfortunate event where many bards were lost, and have been in its caretaking since.
So you guys were there, huh?
With the scars to prove it.
What was your what were you doing there?
Damage to enjoy the music, the revelry, of course. Damage mitigation when it came to it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes. Huh. Interesting. Oh, you guys always seem to be around like that.
What do you mean?
Shade being
Is this
thrown.
person familiar with you?
No. I mean, she's being familiar with me, but I'm not familiar with her.
That was a very sussery comment.
Watch it.
Well, so how much for the harp?
Well, if you could point me in the right direction with the right person of trade to speak to, I'd be more than happy to discuss it with them.
We're the right person. I mean, it seems like this could be even good for tomorrow.
Ah. Yes, that does make it an item of urgency, doesn't it? Something like this, I'd say about 250,000 gold if you have it on hand. If not, an item of equal worth for trade.
That
You're,
is.
you're saying 250,000 gold.
We are talking about the same harp, are we not?
I don't think there's even a... Gosh, dang. 250,000 gold?
I know how much it's worth, damn it.
Or, you happen to have your hands on a special cloak of... I would suit one such as I, stepping on and off stage without being seen between curtain calls. Cloak of invisibility would be quite the fanciful trade.
Quite rare indeed. Huh. Let me think. Well, we may not have a cloak of invisibility, but I know that our magicians got advantage on hide in shadows cloak.
I know what I have on hand. Perhaps it's not item
Above
that
your
you're...
pay grade.
What?
Above your pay grade.
Okay. Perhaps you could steer me in the right direction where I may find what it is that I'm looking for. I've been carrying this very heavy load for quite a while and don't mind extending that burden.
Well, I would hope you find good fortune on your travels, and I'm sorry that we couldn't come to more amicable arrangements.
More than happy to find you if fate brings upon me fair winds.
Well, anything you're saying, Gino, or
No.
like what is it you're kind of doing, or
I'm just trying to. I have a couple things in my mind, but right now I'm just kind of following.
Now
along
jump
the
in.
Huh?
Jump in if there's stuff on your
No,
mind.
No. It's more involving the Drow situation, but we're nowhere near that. Yeah. Right now I'm trying to just gather information
Mm.
wherever we're going.
so where do you go next?
Because right now
from that?
because I feel like the diamond the parade is important. So I'm trying to now that I know where it's going, it's going to Diamond Street. Might be some good information. I'm trying to meet up with Trey later to discuss stuff.
I want to leave it on better terms than that, but
And then I know everything is like tomorrow. I'm like, whoa.
yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a really busy day.
Yeah.
Maybe you can rent it to
That's
him.
why I was like, I'm better off
Yeah.
above ground.
You wouldn't happen to be playing, you or your troop playing in the, what was it, the Winter Solstice Gala, would you?
Oh. The Winter Solstice Gala. Let me check my calendar to see if that's the one I'm going to or the other one. Let's see here.
Because like I'm supposed to meet up with Trey right before the parade.
Which one?
Just, parade that
The Sea
they're
Maiden
unloading.
parade?
Oh!
Yeah. That's like the big parade in town that's happening.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy that all is happening at one time.
What part of town are we in, by the way? We're in the like south.
You guys are in this part of town. See this little dock here?
Yeah. That's the Bard Dock?
That's sort of your barter's dock here. And that's Diamond Street right there.
Yeah.
And Diamond Street curves to the north. It curves around this way and it goes this
Are
way.
you going to go see?
And the
it
manor
ends-
Or
is
find out if you
And it
can
ends in
link
the
up with-
Heroes Garden,
There's like
a park that's almost as large as
Drow that
Central
we're
Park
supposed
in
to
New
do.
York.
as far as town goes.
Okay.
No,
Is that why
I'm
you're
not
go
going
see
to-
Drow?
I'm not talking to anyone in Xanathars.
Where's our
Oh, you're just
manor?
gonna go see if we can link up with
The top right corner.
because according to Trey,
Not all the way.
he has somebody that's kind of like, or he knows somebody that's kind of like in between.
Oh, he
like,
says, I have
still
some
involved in
friends
Dark,
going
maybe
to
we'll learn
the
their
to the Winter Solstice Gala at
federation.
Paisley
He's a
Hall,
traveler.
but I myself
Yeah,
am
I
going
don't
to be
think-
busy with some
maybe,
other
I don't-
matters at the time.
Well, where can I find you if
We haven't
this harp
actually
is meant
met
for
this
you
person.
and
I was
yours?
just giving. The information was given to me like, as a POC, like a person of contact.
Where can you find me
Point of
if
contact.
what's
If
That's-
this harp
that's down there.
is
Yeah.
truly meant for, if you are the finest bards I find, worthy of
This is the person.
such
we should
an
link up
incredible.
with. This is what it should be like.
things
No, that's
are
not
but
what
of
I'm
value for a moment. And this person sort of does almost this little magic trick where they take a coin and say,
I've never seen
Like,
it.
for example, things can be much more valuable in one moment than another. And they flip the coin in such a way it flips from an old currency that they used to use in Waterdeep, called dragons, to a gold coin. You see, like, sometimes things are only valuable because they're going to be used soon. Like this harp for me. After tomorrow, well, I might as well rent the harp from you rather than buy it.
Ah, yes, quite. Only valuable for a moment, and then I underhandedly prestidigitation so she gets the sensation that she farted and it's loud and stinky.
Where did that come from?
I don't like being talked down to.
A brief
Yeah.
wind.
I wouldn't mean not to talk down to you ever in my life.
Wait, what is it?
Probably deception.
Controlled flatulence.
Negative what? Deception. 6.
Your
Oh.
deception is -1?
Yeah,
Doesn't seem right.
maybe it's not right.
Okay.
The turtle's deception shouldn't be -1, right?
Well, it's a charisma stat. That's why.
Oh.
Well, which explain? Yeah, that fits well with what I just tried to do. Very charismatic of her.
Turns out more
Yeah,
like
she felt her cheeks clap and was really flushed.
Zardoz says, I expected so much more out of you.
You who know me not. Ta-da! And I just walked back off the plank, back towards shore.
Well.
Fucking talk to me like I haven't murdered all these out. Please. This patina on my claws is but blood.
Pretty much. So,
Head back to dock, and I'm looking for a tattoo parlor with a touch of magic.
okay.
but we can return if that's the right move.
So you end up scouring for the tattoo parlor stuff.
High end.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very high end. Yeah, with that. And you're just kind of following her, just kind of tracking things.
Yeah.
Anything else you're particularly interested in, or anything that you wanted to see if you can see? Because I'm going to go back to this group in a little bit here in the underground.
Yeah, please interject, take actions. I'm pretty of singular mind at this point. I am weighed down by my trinkets. I would like to be made light by my trinkets instead.
No. I mean, right now, I'm trying to either link up with Gnarl, a Drow, or link up with Trey before the parade. So I'm just tagging along the circle until I'm in any position where I can kind of do so.
You're mentioning Gnarl, maybe, under your breath. Well,
Like a lunatic.
That's why I'm 20 paces back behind you.
20 paces back, just muttering to
Just
yourself.
back muttering.
Just 20 paces back being like,
this one says,
Legendary, bro.
what business you have with Gnarl?
How are you familiar with Gnarl?
He's my brother.
oh.
Oh,
Plot twist.
didn't see that coming.
Plot twist indeed.
We'll maybe get back to that later.
Yeah.
And
They
he
can
also seems to have to get back to work because
Yeah.
he's actually.
What is his name?
Saloon.
What's your name, sir? you asked him.
Gnarl the Drow,
So-
or Gnarl's brother.
Saloon.
What may I call
Saloon.
you? Saloon? Okay.
Saloon, a bard
Bard.
of the fair maiden.
How do I spell Saloon? Just S-A-L-O-O-N.
S-O-L-U-U-N look like.
SOLUUN.
Right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Well, sometimes the wrong names, so it's always better for us to ask.
And instead of flowery like most bards, this one smells almost sulfury.
Sulfur
Demon
bard.
bard.
Back underground
Back
to you
underground.
guys.
Yeah, so we're still making our way down the path to
Yep.
this
Walking.
Drow city,
We're
and
Well,
Still
you
walking.
guys actually come to a familiar fork that you guys have been to almost before.
so this is where I imagined we would come to initially, but the portal took us somewhere completely different.
You guys are coming to a place where now you're coming at a head. And this way, I'll even just make it pink, is almost a familiar path where you guys have encountered a Zorn and other things.
And a big
Yeah.
dwarven
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, because I remember the split when we first came down. I was like, to the right we hear water and stuff, but we went the other way.
Yes. And now
I thought there were.
you guys before had a direction where you guys heard even the skittering of spiders.
yeah, because we had someone with us, like a bird person or something,
Bird
who was
person.
able to
person.
scout. Yeah.
Bird person?
So now the question
Does he have
too
sideboard?
is that same fork. Either to that familiar, almost gate and dwarven sort of entrance to Skullport that you guys know exactly what the procedure is and everything from that before.
Yeah, I say to everyone, this is where I thought the portal would take us. This way, we should be heading towards or I say this way, the Drow encampment should be this way, or I don't know what they are, the village or whatever.
What about the other direction?
Well, we ran into what did we run into? Like a creature that likes to eat gold. Was this before the? This is where we led to the casino, right?
This is
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, there's a casino that way.
We could go to a casino.
No,
I don't-
no.
We're
Well,
not allowed at the
We're not welcome there.
that would be
actually.
a very bad
You know, this is
idea.
making me feel kind kind of anxious because I know that like people can get kicked out of bars. What did you do?
No, it's not that they got kicked out. It's more like
What did you do?
We teleported out real quick.
Yeah,
because we grabbed a box. It's in his bag.
Who wants who wants
they have a WMD in their bag.
You're not here. What are you?
Do you have one of them books?
I don't think so.
I mean, how are you guys explaining to this new Fox character why you don't want to go for this?
There's a lot of places.
I mean, the main thing that I'm thinking of why you wouldn't want to go to a casino is because you did something utterly stupid or you mugged it.
Both.
You can. 2 things can be true.
It was a
Oh my gosh, my intelligence and wisdom's coming in handy!
Let's just say,
like reliving it, like my experiences of hearing what's going on through you. Because let's just say I was in your boat not too long ago. I was like, wait, what?
let's just say us and the owner aren't on good terms, and let's just leave it at that for a second.
You did mug them.
I tripped. I fell. We stole their grand prize. It was an
Okay.
accident.
You can't trip and fall and steal something, idiot. That doesn't happen.
I mean,
They did it.
shows how much you
Like,
know.
accidentally trip and like slip and like steal something and then let's like fumble out the door like
And cast teleport.
This TV.
Wait, hold on, let me do like a reenactment real quick. Hold on, give me a second. So basically,
We had a teleportation ring.
Sock just like walks in, just like oops.
No, it was a full shoulder collapse and into a bag.
Yeah, Socks is a way better actor. I mean,
But let me try again.
he really sold it on the tripping and. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Actually, that's pretty accurate.
Throw a teleportation ring in a bag of holding and you got it.
The way they explained it to me was like, yeah, we're just gonna grab it on the way down as we're pretending to fall.
Trying to grab your balance. Whoa, that's not mounted?
Anyway,
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Close enough.
So you
Gonna
guys
keep
going
walking
towards
towards
the
the-
drowish
yeah.
sounds, or you
Towards
guys
the
going?
water sound, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Water stuff.
The Drow.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
There's like so much of that story too.
Aha! There you are.
I was utterly flabbergasted.
Ooh.
Ooh, ghetto tofu.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So, you guys go towards the skittering noises, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, we just.
Wait, the skittering
Well, we
noises?
also have a map, so
Of
the
the
map
drow.
should have the.
The
We're
drow
off-
and the
we're
skittering
off
ones.
map.
I thought it was the drow.
Oh, we're off map.
Oh, we're off map.
Okay.
Okay.
We just had an arrow that said Drow.
What map do you guys have? Oh,
Like
you guys are way off map now.
Oh, we're way off map.
Well,
So
then,
we're in
yeah.
nowhere.
So I'm in
One
front.
sheet, not the whole stack of
Listen, he only had one
Black
sheet
Company
out.
maps.
I mean, these are the Black Company maps.
Oh, boy.
That's a different.
Next time,
actually-
Well,
I'll
now
make
if we
sure
get lost,
to
then I guess
ruffle
we're just
through his
gonna have to
pockets.
die down
Stuck
here.
in the fence. Took only one sheet.
At least I got a map,
Yeah.
okay?
Well, I guess now if we're stuck down here,
At
we
least
just
that we
have
have a better
alligators.
understanding where to put security systems in that area underneath our house or manor. My bad, manor.
Well, I guess if we're I can turn into a bird and go like scout ahead and see, where the paths lead and stuff. Turn into a raven and scout ahead.
I mean, yeah, I can come with you, like go as a fox and like run, like figure stuff out.
Okay. Let me figure this out here for a second.
Yeah.
The
A
animals
lot of letters. Oh my gosh, where
and
is the
walking
map?
around.
I invite the paladin to hop onto the magic carpet with me so we don't make any sound as we go down the hallway.
Just all chilling, flying through there.
Oh, wait, that's
Oh
probably a good idea because if people
gosh.
hear me, then we would probably be screwed.
You're a fox, too.
And
Everything's good.
Oh, it's
Everything's
there.
good.
There it is. Okay. Oofta.
Oof, stuff.
Ooh, great stuff. Okay, so we are ready now. Sorry about that, guys. So you're sending your raven in first, huh?
Well, I'm like turned into a raven, and I'm just going into because I can. If it goes by itself, it doesn't have like the dark vision and stuff. I'm just transformed into
Yeah.
the raven. Well, we merged, I guess is what the text says. So
Merged.
we fused, and now I'm flying. I'm just flying to try to get like a lay of the land and see what's going on. And
Okay. Well, you and me both, brother.
I'm trying. I mean, it seems like it's a maze-ish, but I can't.
Amazing.
Oh. Okay. It's very maze-like. Yes. You know, there's just a lot of twists and turns and different rooms. As you approach, the skittering kind of stops a little bit. The skittering stops, and things just kind of get real quiet.
I don't like that. I'm in a, I guess, roll.
Quiet is ominous.
Let me. I'll just use my charisma modifier because I'm gonna roll a perception. Not that good. I mean, I guess not horrible, but I rolled a 16 on my perception check. So I want to see, like, do I see, like things? Do I see any creatures that stopped or something, or like what do I see?
You end up just seeing just like a lot of webs.
Okay.
There's just like a lot of like just sort of webs, like spider webs.
Does it look like the webs would like hinder me from flying or something like that, or?
It doesn't look like it. No.
And
I
they're
mean,
probably just savage webs.
It like looks like most of the webs are along the floor. And
Okay, they're on the floor. Well, that's not good for the people who have to be on the floor. But okay. Yeah, I guess I'm still gonna like fly around. I guess like try to be as safe as I can. I'm trying to basically find the correct path so I can go back to the party and be like, hey, go this way. Left here, right there. I'm trying to, make out a path.
So you're basically trying to like map out the place. So that you can
Yeah,
go
basically,
to
that's
get
exactly
out.
what's happening. I'm like trying to
Yeah.
fly ahead and scout everything as much as I can safely, and then come back and like report to the party what's going on.
Okay. You end up reporting ahead to the party that there's looks like the place is in ruins. It looks like there was, a semblance of cityness, but it looks like for a while it's just been sort of war torn, and it's more almost like squatters. It's like when homeless people take over an abandoned building that's been destroyed, and they're just kind of there.
Okay, so they don't have like a fully. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's not like
This isn't like as
a
much
glorious. It's not.
It is much of a glorious.
It's like they're like living in like huts, basically, if that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to go ahead without the party. So yeah, I'll go back and like kind
Hey, guys.
of try to remember my
Last time mash.
path and. Is Ramsey on the phone or something?
Or it may just be having a conversation
Yeah.
with Jim.
Last.
But that's all right.
Okay.
We should also save some time for social time too. So you kind of relay a little bit of that to the party, And yeah.
Mhm.
So I went ahead and I found the route to where the Drow are living. Be careful. There's lots of like spider webs and stuff on the floor. Looks like they might like impede movement or something like that. I didn't see too many creatures, so they may be hiding somewhere. But I know the route to take to get to the village, if you want to call it that.
I just better let you guys know now that I don't really mess with insects.
Oh no!
I mean, I mess with insects.
Spiders aren't insects.
Yes, spiders aren't insects, they're arachnids, they don't swarm.
I mean, not
I mean,
that
have you
I'm
seen those
scared of
videos?
insects, but I don't.
Yeah, we get it. You have a relationship with someone who's friends with insects.
But arachnids are not insects.
I mean, arachnids are arachnids.
That's close enough.
This is like Indiana Jones and snakes.
And if you ever come across a bug, then you can just eat it.
These
Or I
are
can just
usually
toss it.
giant half dark elf, half spiders. So
I can also shoot it.
They're-
Dark
they're-
elf spiders.
yeah.
They're like the orcs or the urukai. But
Wait, what kind of
spiders.
spiders are you talking about?
Drow.
I didn't
Brain
see anything.
spiders?
All that. Well, you're not here.
Not us.
Yeah, not our problem.
The driders.
What type of spiders are we talking about? Like, how large are these spiders? I mean, in
All I saw was their webs.
in Arizona, there's a rule that if like the spider's bigger than your palm, then they get to keep the room that they're in. If the spider's bigger than your hand, they get to keep the room that they're in.
I'm pretty sure the Drow also feel the same way.
Okay.
So let's think about how to sort of end this week of things and how we want to start next week. Right now, we kind of have a little bit of a party split happening. You know,
Bless you.
Thank you.
is there ways we want to sort of catch up and reconvene the party for next week, or we want to continue the sort of A-B split for when we start next week?
Thought we had some kind of mission on the Drow thing. I don't know what that was though.
I think right now the
I can communicate with
Yeah.
I can find a landmark or something.
well the thing that right now I'm hoping is the Drow I'm trying to get a conversation with is potentially in the Drow place, and talking with his brother can potentially get us in contact to assist him with his issues with Xanathar and gain his alliance for this needs project coming out apparently within 24 hours.
So it sounds like your intentions are to find some Drow to talk to, and so then you can solve this, sort of thing. And you found this brother guy.
Yeah, which is pretty fantastic. I hope if they're on good terms.
And then, and then you also have kind of a partner up here, sleuthing around.
Yes.
I'm not really-
Earl is way better at
I'm not really sleuthing. I'm kind of like elegant airs.
speaking, so
Yes.
Just a little bombastic, really.
Mm-hmm. Being a lot of like high value item
It's
trades. and-
yeah.
How about you?
Something
items?
that
Pirate tries
I
to pass
use.
off as aristocracy, basically.
Like I want invisibility. I want these things. These are my wish lists of things.
I want to find like a discreet shop where I can be like, look at what I have. Do you have these things? Fancy thief gloves? I want an ink of doorstep. List.
Mm-hmm.
if you're trying to sell stuff, is it over at the bards? Because that's where you're going to do the runic tattoos. Because it seems like selling goods would be better at either depending
The only
Artificers
reason I
Guild or how fancy is
very.
that? Maybe the museum would have probably been the
I don't
better
think it's from a different time though. I think it's a contemporary instrument. The only reason I mentioned the harp at the bard's dock is because it's a bardic
route.
harp.
Okay.
So if it were of special interest to anyone, it would be the bards. Like the Bard College might be another place to try, or like a spash music shop, like the Steinway and Sons of Bards, Bard Dock.
They did seem really interested in it, but they seemed to be timely interested in it, before the parade or whatever, and they seemed
seemed
Maybe I should take turtle time
like the
alone
price was
to
high for
to
them.
appraise my own items like, from all of my pirating years, and maybe get some DM insight about ballparky From all of my years smuggling, I should have a sense about what these are worth market value instead of me metagame just spitballing.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's maybe where it was off.
As like
D&D Beyond
A
gave me that
$250,000.
number.
What?
oh god.
So
Okay. Well, maybe under right conditions with that. You know, I think that's a very bold ask, but fortune favors the bold and the brave.
from my pirate background.
And maybe I'll also give Zardoz a little extra thought of that too. You know,
Saloon? Zardoz. Oh, Zardoz, yeah. The pirate.
Did I
That's
ask
the-
Sarah about my cube?
they
I don't think
might
I
be
did.
able to come up with the way. We'll see. I don't know.
You went before you. So,
And how would that break?
I have a
things? Who
cube that
knows?
like I couldn't
Gloves and a
raise.
cloak together would be
We found it in
wonderful. I'd be willing to trade the heart for
Xanathar's,
gloves and a
like,
cloak.
treasure room.
So we got your guys' above the ground needs here of like she's wanting to go power shopping and she's wanting to get in with the high individual.
I mean,
I have some hot items. I
high
mean,
societies. You know, it looks like you might be aimed, maybe not so much museum as much. It looks like you're aimed at that whole
The gala.
winter solstice gala. You know, you want to rub hands with the people who have like the
The special.
amulets of like power and like all kinds of stuff.
So
You know,
just to share, there's like two pieces of the puzzle that I'm trying to like
You-
see.
you
us as a party
secret.
can do. No. This links up with where
Okay.
you're going.
You've
Because
held out
we
until
would
now.
like to have favor with some nobility to get us connected with the city so that during the whole joint operation, that power vacuum, we're in the right position to take over while having Xanathar to support, or certain members of Xanathar to support us.
If there's an option,
So
that would be
that's kind of why I was like, we're actually on the same page, heading in a similar path.
perfect. I was kind of like, no, don't join me. I want a shopping spree. You don't want that.
Since we can communicate and they're gonna go see the Drow already, one of these paths hopefully will be fruitful.
If
for
not,
these things
we're
during the whole
tackling two
craziness
prongs
happening
at
within the next
once.
24 hours.
So underground team, what are some of your guys' goals and thoughts?
I'm
You know?
just trying to finish the task that I started. I'm trying to get in contact with our POC,
Find this camp.
Jaraxel. Let them know that the time to strike it. Let them know what's going on with the Xanathar Guild, and like now is the time.
Mhm.
Oh, and also let them know, give them an update of like what's going on, because I don't think they know about the Prisoner 13 stuff and the casino stuff. And,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's just
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and you're going down to the Drow town in Undermountain to kind of ask the dog, hey.
Oh, I mean that I'm assuming they're there because we went to the dwarf town, and like the dwarf town, if you could call it that was basically Xanathar like territory.
Mhm.
So I imagine, and when we mentioned the name we got, they mentioned that you're wrong part of town. Like they basically mentioned that was like a competitor or something. So I'm assuming this place.
Mhm.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're looking for Jaraxel and
Yeah.
to like connect with the Prisoner 13 like sort of line of things of like connecting
Well,
with
it's
people.
I'm less interested in the prison. I mean, that's our way in, Prisoner 13. The more interesting is that they're like the rival to the Xanathar Guild.
Mhm. So
um,
you're interested in the rival guild.
Which guild is their rival?
We don't know. We don't
Oh,
have to.
okay.
Well,
It's Jar Axel's guild.
for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Draxel's a person?
Yeah. So yeah. Trying
Spell
to,
Draxel?
Jaraxal. Maybe there's an
I
apostrophe
think
in
there's
there.
a guild there, maybe.
yeah, I'm just trying. Basically, that's who I'm trying to talk to. And maybe if we can get to crib in time before the assault when the sun comes up, but I don't know if that'll happen.
And because you want to be a part of that assault, or
Wait,
it's
is
just an
Daraxel the character
opportunity.
in our
It's like we
other
have leverage
campaign?
if like this is a problem that the
What's his
city
name?
has, and we can help
Our
the city
Drow buddy.
accomplish their goal. Then,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we have leverage. We can get
So
something.
you guys want to make
Daraxel.
the assault on the Xanathar Guild by dawn, and be a part of that chaos and see what fire you started with the Emerald Conclave and see how it unfolds.
Yeah, whether it's an assault or I'm hoping that the thing that we're setting up with the Drow elf that we can arrange some of their lieutenants and people in the right place during the assault for us to handle things while the rest of the guild gets.
Let's also hear
wrecked.
from our cat and our fox and our paladin here.
That's me and Amma were talking it out, and that seems to be the best plan of attack. Informing the lieutenants of the Xanathar Guild that an assault is coming, that we can kind of help them survive it if they help us take advantage of the power vacuum, and moving towards that goal while the city makes their attack.
Okay. Nice. And then what are your thoughts? Final thoughts here, our fox friend and our paladin friend. Do you have any goals or any directions that you're I'm really curious about this?
I mean, I am kind of interested in this rival gang sort of thing, and I feel like we want to break in and fight people and find out more stuff about those outside gangs.
Yeah, I'm imagining the raid on Xanathar is going to be this huge,
every stronghold game.
a huge raid kind of thing.
Yeah.
A huge battle castle.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. You got the Emerald Conclave. You got the city official, that's kind of getting in on it. There's a lot of different groups that are cleaning house here.
Yeah.
The question is, who even might be caught up in Xanathar Guild to either save as future allies or, just kill all, clean house, who knows? You always speak with dead later. You always speak.
Right? Is it like The Godfather, where you deal with Corleone and then they send the actual Sicilian mob to clean up after their? Is there a bigger boss we have to worry about if we kick this hornet's nest?
I don't know. I mean,
From what I gather, there's 2 pretty big cataclysmic events occurring. So trying to figure out how to knock down one and then set ourselves up with enough resources to kick down the next one.
It sounds like the Fox is also interested in the rival guild or the rival sort of, thief guild or whatever this Daraxel.
You haven't. I don't know. You could have been, but you haven't been talking to Xanathar this whole time. I guess you're. I don't know. Not interested.
Rupert?
In it? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, Rupert.
I mean, maybe I auction Rupert.
Oh God.
Oh,
That
that's a high value item.
Oh, talk about being the toxic.
I mean, I have a lot of. He wasn't yielding a lot
fishbowl
after a
that
point.
Willa wears around.
I mean, yeah. I feel
He's
you-
just kind
you
of
could be
obsessed.
using him more. It's like
war not
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
It's your character. Whatever you want to do.
Kidnapping any goldfish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
we
goldfish
have.
has already been
We have
kidnapped.
a
The goldfish has
goldfish.
already been kidnapped. We
Long story.
surpassed the
Long story.
goldfish
Long
somehow.
story.
Any last thoughts from our paladin before we kind of decide where we are sort of wrapping up?
I think I don't like bugs are the first thing we heard our
We're just
paladin
always
say.
hanging
Oh.
out. Literally, the only 2 things that I've seen you do is just hang out and protect the fairy. Literally, those are the only one
he
of 2
was pretty
things.
badass when
Yeah, he's
you guys
badass,
were in the
though.
hot water because you guys were being literally hunted passively.
How are
to...
you so badass you have nothing to say about it?
He's the deadly, silent but deadly type.
Because the thing is,
like when
what
you
would have
need him.
happened if he didn't turn that thing away? You guys would have been firing shots in the dark, getting picked off in the dark, wondering where to go, what to do, and be like, what's going
I could've
on?
done
They only had
Magic
one way to
Roll.
come back at them. They just unloaded in one direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
I think-
Azalea's all tired.
I did use a spell slot, but that wasn't from the thing. That was from you being stuck in the bar.
We used the whole spell slot from Socks getting stuck in a bar.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I
We spent an entire game getting him out of a Hoover vacuum.
That's funny. I think that's like
Soul-sucking.
one of your flaws. I constantly get stuck in things.
Interdimensional spacing.
Cats are when I get into by accident, but we just have this random cat. Like we just have this fox that's able to get through anything. Then we have this like random cat human that just like gets stuck in
No.
everything.
This witch was literally, this sucks souls, and he was like,
So
bye.
I was curious that thing, since it was like a beast and demonic, is it like a corrupt druid?
We don't know what it is.
That's
It's not-
kind of something else.
Well, I guess we have some kind of hint. I did get some.
Do you want me to try?
But his turn thing only works on certain types of creatures, and it ran away. So I mean, that's like we have some information.
So it's certain type of.
It was like some type of beast and some
Demonic.
type of demonic.
Yeah,
This is going to help us a lot, but we know it was a demonic creature.
yeah, and we also need to. I mean, this is like further on, like later on down the road, but we need to. I guess just check back in on Candleport and see what's there's lots of
Yeah.
plot threads.
But it's also
like who
only-
knows what Stixie's up to? I don't know what Sarah's up to. Like I don't.
There's still the Time Glitch Castle. There's
Oh, the castle. Yeah.
Well, ideally, this Xanathar mess has to be do with the time glitch thing.
Yeah.
Unless we're just beating down the wrong hornet's nest.
in a world this big.
Maybe we can talk to Crib. Yeah. And it's like I have like there's a lot of like
Mic
I've been
2 is
trying to
off.
stay focused because
Mic
like
2.
there's a lot of resources at Candle Keep that like I could use, but I didn't want to like branch off to like go do that because then that opens like another.
So to recap too, and just to kind of end this week, because we'll stop recording and then we can just hang out and do whatever for a bit. We are going to end this week with you guys below, right by the Drow town
Yeah, we're making our way.
of Undermountain. You know,
Making our way
across
downtown.
from Goldport.
It's just making our way down the tunnel of water, walking fast, making sure we.
It's always Terry Crews in my mind.
Man, I'm just like falling behind on Critical Role. I haven't seen like an episode in like the last 2 months or something like that.
And you guys are still split in the seaside port, messing around the ships of the Sea Maidens.
Also, a valuable task finding people that can sell us items.
And also intel gathering about the city's high fluorescent events and the more upper society of things.
I would like to circle back to the museum and see if they have quests that might be like really high-end Indiana Jones grave robbing type things. Or like a reacquisition of artifacts that belong in museums. Oh, I like that.
I think there could be a lot there.
Some Robin Hoodie tasks.
I think there could be a lot there. I think there could be a lot there, guys. All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. And I'm stopping that recording. I'm stopping this recording. I'm stopping this.